Welcome back to Learn English 24/7, your ultimate resource for mastering English every single day. In today's lesson, we're diving into one of the most essential skills for every English learner, fluency. Have you ever felt stuck while speaking English? Maybe you're in the middle of a conversation, and suddenly you pause, searching for the right word, feeling a bit awkward. Or perhaps you've mastered grammar and vocabulary but still find it hard to speak naturally. I've been there too. When I first started improving my fluency, I remember struggling to string words together without overthinking. It felt like every sentence was a challenge, and I'd constantly second-guess myself. But once I discovered the right tools and techniques, everything started to flow. The best part is, you can achieve the same results. Whether you're preparing for a big presentation, planning your next trip abroad, or simply want to hold conversations with confidence, this video is here to help. We'll explore how using graded readers can transform your fluency and equip you to speak like a pro. So, let's jump right in and take your English fluency to the next level. Before we dive into how to improve fluency, let's take a moment to understand what fluency really means. Many people think it's about speaking quickly, but that's not the case. Fluency is about being able to express your thoughts clearly, naturally, and without pausing too much to search for words or ideas. Why does fluency matter? Because it's the key to effective communication. Whether you're chatting with a friend, giving a presentation, or even ordering food at a restaurant, being fluent helps you connect with others and get your message across confidently. When you're fluent, you're not just speaking, you're engaging. I still remember how challenging this was for me when I started practicing English. I used to overthink every word before saying it, and that made me sound hesitant. It felt like I was walking through a maze, unsure of which direction to go. But the more I practiced, the more I realized that fluency isn't about perfection, it's about confidence. It's okay to make small mistakes as long as you're able to keep the conversation flowing. So, now that we know what fluency is and why it's important, let's move on to the practical strategies that can help you improve. One of the best ways to build fluency is by using graded readers. These are books designed specifically for learners like you. They use simple language and engaging stories, which make it easier to read and absorb English naturally. Reading these aloud not only improves your vocabulary but also helps you get comfortable with sentence structures and pronunciation. Let's explore more techniques that can take your fluency to the next level. Now, let's talk about one of the best tools for improving your fluency, graded readers. These are specially designed books for English learners, written with simplified language and easy-to-follow sentences that match your current level. Graded readers are powerful because they allow you to learn at your own pace. Instead of overwhelming you with complex vocabulary or difficult grammar, these books focus on natural, everyday language. When I started my fluency journey, graded readers were a complete game changer. They helped me understand how native speakers structure their sentences, making my speech sound more natural and effortless. Here's how you can use graded readers to improve your fluency. Start by selecting a book at a beginner or intermediate level, depending on your comfort. The key is to read out loud. Why? Because when you read aloud, you're not just improving your vocabulary, you're also practicing your pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. It's like having a conversation without the pressure of thinking on the spot. For example, let's say you're reading a story about a trip to the beach. As you read, focus on how the sentences flow and mimic that same rhythm. Over time, this practice will make your speaking sound smoother and more confident. Plus, the more you read, the more familiar you'll become with common phrases and expressions, which will naturally find their way into your conversations. Graded readers are also a great way to build confidence. Since the language is tailored for learners, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment as you finish each story. This motivation will push you to keep practicing, and before you know it, you'll notice a big difference in how comfortably and fluently you can speak English. To truly improve your fluency, it's all about building the right habits and using effective techniques. Here are some proven strategies that will have you speaking like a pro in no time. Fluency comes with practice. The more you speak, the more natural it becomes. Find a language partner, join conversation groups, or even practice with friends. And if no one's around, talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing, plan your day out loud, or practice common phrases. It's all great practice. This is where graded readers can really shine. When you read aloud, you're not just improving your reading skills, you're also practicing fluency by connecting words and phrases naturally. Focus on the rhythm and flow of the sentences, and try to mimic how a native speaker would say them. One of the biggest game changers is learning to think directly in English. When you stop translating from your native language, your speech becomes faster and smoother. Start with small steps, label objects around you in English, form simple sentences in your mind, and gradually build up to full thoughts. Fluency isn't about showing off with big, complex words. It's about expressing yourself clearly and confidently. Stick to simple, everyday vocabulary, you'll sound more natural and be understood easily. Listening is just as important as speaking. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, or tune into YouTube videos featuring native speakers. Pay attention to how they pronounce words, their intonation, and rhythm. Then, imitate them. Repeating after native speakers is one of the fastest ways to sound fluent. The best part: you don't need to master all of these techniques at once. Start with one or two, like reading aloud or thinking in English, and build your way up as you get more comfortable. With consistent effort, you'll notice a huge improvement in your fluency. Let's be honest, improving fluency isn't always a smooth journey. You might feel nervous speaking English or worry about making mistakes. Trust me, I've been there too. It's perfectly normal to feel this way, but the key is not to let those fears hold you back. One of the most common challenges learners face is pausing too much while speaking. This often happens when you're searching for the right word or trying to piece together a sentence. The best way to overcome this is by practicing thinking ahead. For example, if you're going to talk about your weekend, mentally prepare a few sentences beforehand. This helps you speak more smoothly without overthinking every word. Another challenge is the fear of not sounding perfect. Here's the truth: no one speaks perfectly, not even native speakers. They make mistakes, stumble over words, and correct themselves all the time. The goal of fluency isn't perfection, it's about being able to communicate your thoughts confidently and naturally. If nerves are holding you back, start small. Practice in front of a mirror, record yourself speaking, or talk to a trusted friend who can give you constructive feedback. The more you practice, the less intimidating it will feel over time. Remember, fluency is a journey, not a destination. It's okay to make mistakes, that's how you learn and improve. Stay consistent, use the techniques we've discussed, and you'll see progress sooner than you think. To truly elevate your fluency, practicing real-life English is essential. This means engaging with English in everyday situations, whether it's having conversations with native speakers, watching movies or TV shows, or listening to podcasts. These activities expose you to the natural rhythm, expressions, and vocabulary used in real conversations, helping you respond faster and speak more naturally. For instance, one of the techniques that worked wonders for me was watching movies with subtitles. At first, I relied on the subtitles to understand the dialogue, but gradually, I challenged myself by turning them off. This not only improved my listening skills but also taught me how words and phrases are used in real-world scenarios. Another powerful way to practice is by joining English-speaking groups or communities, whether online or in person. Platforms like language exchange apps or discussion forums allow you to connect with native speakers or fellow learners. Even short daily interactions, like ordering food in English or chatting with a colleague, contribute significantly to building fluency. Podcasts are another great tool. Choose topics you're interested in and listen actively. Pay attention to how sentences are constructed, how words are pronounced, and how ideas are connected. Then, try imitating what you hear. This is an excellent way to develop your accent and intonation. The key is to make English a part of your daily life. The more you immerse yourself in real-life English, the more fluent and confident you'll become. Finally, let's focus on one of the most important aspects of fluency: building confidence. You might know all the right techniques, but without confidence, fluency can feel out of reach. The good news: confidence is something you can develop with consistent practice. Start by creating low-pressure opportunities to practice. For instance, talk to yourself in the mirror. It may feel silly at first, but it helps you observe your facial expressions and improve your pronunciation. You can also record yourself speaking and listen back to identify areas for improvement. Practicing with a trusted friend or language partner is another great way to boost your confidence. Choose someone who's supportive and patient, so you feel comfortable making mistakes and learning from them. When I first started speaking English, I often felt nervous in conversations, worried I'd mess up or be judged. But I realized that the more I practiced, the more those fears faded away. Gradually, I started feeling comfortable speaking in public, and eventually, I wasn't afraid to speak English in any situation. The key is to start small and work your way up. Practice daily, celebrate your progress, and remind yourself that every mistake is a step forward. Remember, confidence comes with time and effort, and the more you speak, the better and more self-assured you'll become. If you've found these tips helpful and you're ready to take your English fluency to the next level, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Learn English 24/7 for more lessons. Drop a comment below and share your fluency goals with us. Let's keep each other motivated. And if you're eager for more practice, check out our other videos and start using graded readers today. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember, you've got this. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, fluency is a journey that takes time and practice. Stay consistent, keep applying the tips I shared today, and before you know it, you'll be speaking English like a pro. Stay motivated, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy learning!